everybody. This is Michelle from Champions for Our Children. If you don't know me, I am a life coach and autism mom, just like you guys. I have a daughter that was diagnosed on the spectrum in December of 2014. And I remember when she was diagnosed, she was nonverbal. She wasn't potty trained. I had no idea what the future would hold for her. And I remember thinking, you know, I just wish I had somebody I could call to kind of tell me what to do now that I have a diagnosis. What do I need to do? And never had that. And I took a lot of face first hits. And I said, you know, I'm a God-fearing woman. I said, you know, God, if you could really help me out here, I promise I'm going to do everything I can to pay it forward and help as many other people that are struggling with this, because there was legitimately no help. And that's kind of where we are today. Juliana went from nonverbal. She learned to be potty trained with sign language, which is a sign for potty. She learned, so she started making sounds, sign language, one-word utterances to kind of where she is today. It was announced on Friday at her IEP meeting that she's going to be going to a general education classroom next year for 4th grade. So through the moon. I had no idea that that was the potential outcome for us. So that's why I'm just so, you know, blessed to do this work and just to share like this potential future outcome is possible for all our babies. And it's all about, we always talk about we always talk about this in the program. We're going to talk about it here with Angelina about how 95% of the work is in here and 5% is the actual tactical. So I'm here with Angelina, and as a mom and life coach, for other autism parents, one of the number one problem that every parent comes to me with a child on the spectrum is potty training. So we have actually become potty whisperers in our group coaching program. We have not had one parent leave or one family leave without a child potty trained. So we have 100% success rate there. I'm very proud of that. So if you're working on me, if you're in that program, you work on potty training with me, you leave with a potty trained child. So what I did was I created a 3-day potty power intensive, and Angelina was a part of that. I held nothing back. Everything I do in my 90-day group coaching program is exactly what I do in this 3-day intensive. And Angelina's here to tell us all about her experience. So thank you for coming, Angelina, and chatting with me today.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I have two. I have twins, 6-year-old twins that are. Like I was telling Michelle in the initial program there, I don't have a formal diagnosis for them yet. It's a little different for us, our journey, because we're homeschooled. So we didn't start the process as soon. We weren't looking at the same benchmarks. So some of the things where they may have been quote unquote behind were not as visible because of the structures we had in place. So kind of been fumbling my way through the process once the pediatrician recommended testing. And so everything is kind of unraveling all at once. So we don't have a formal diagnosis, but at this point with the evaluations they have had, it's just confirming what we already know and finding more specifics about what's specifically going on with them. But in any case, potty training seemed to be impossible. I have 2 older kids, not on the spectrum, never had a problem with potty training, homeschooling, all of the stuff that I do. And then with these guys, everything's just like a big old curveball because none of the traditional things work the same. Like I couldn't find a way to really just focus in on getting the potty training done. So we would start and then we would have a good day, a bad day, back and forth, and then one would potty train, and then one would start resist, and one would regress, and I would just like throw in the towel, like over and over and over again. So when I came to this program, well, first I think a couple months ago I ordered the guide, you know, because I was like, well, I'll just read the guide and that'll be enough. But really, it was the interaction with the other moms and hearing Michelle's story and just instantly being immersed in around other people that just get what I'm going through without having to explain it. Because outside the autism community, it's like, I don't want to be like, well, you don't get it. It's harder for me because it's harder for me because, and I found myself saying that. And I'm like, oh, I'm just making a bunch of excuses. Like I can't potty train them, you know, and then I was just being really hard on myself about it. So when I came into the potty power class, it was just really reassuring to hear that the issues I was having, which I had no idea were so common, the potty phobia that Michelle talked about, and then pee being a little bit different than poop, and just like the really, no pun intended, like the hands-on issues that nobody else was really talking about. So that was the most helpful for me. And And the suggestion to just focus on one twin at a time was like invaluable. And I'm thinking like, why didn't that dawn on me? I'm trying to scramble around and thinking they have to go get potty trained. But we did the 3-day intensive, like you suggested. And Ezra is potty trained, 100% no accidents for P, and he's just picked up. And we're still working a little bit with him on poop, but it's doesn't seem like this big impossible thing anymore. It seems very realistic that he's going to be potty trained.
Got it. So I think this is a really great testimonial. It's very different than a lot of the other ones I've done because it was a start to finish. Yeah, we're completely potty trained. This is a mom that's still on the journey. And before we started our interview here, one of the things we did say to each other, she was very honest in saying, in the program, one of the things I talk about specifically is when we're dealing with potty training a child, we have to look at the whole process of potty training and see which parts of it where they need support. So she had mentioned potty phobia, like, oh, I didn't realize, maybe I need to address this first before I even consider the actual 3-day intensive of the potty training. Then she managed, so we call that almost its own little program. So basically we have the child sit, we have them sit up to 5 minutes, just enough for them to poop. And then we master that. Then once that's mastered where they can sit neutrally with no behaviors, no issues, then we can go on to the next step of the potty training, which is actually like the 3-day intensive that she's talking about. What is also very nice to talk to a mom in Angelina's position is because she's got P on lock. P is not the issue. Now she's got to look at the data, which is everything we talk about in the potty program. We look at all the data and we say, okay, we've mastered potty phobia, we've mastered P, so now we need to almost run a whole new program for poop. And she was very honest in saying, we've got a lot of stuff going on and I haven't been able to give this the attention that it needs. So, and because of that, the results with poop have been inconsistent. So once she can focus and have the time to do this, we don't want to ever try and potty train when we're in the middle of a move, when we're getting a divorce, when we're changing jobs. We want to make sure that everything at the house is pretty calm. Now, no new baby coming home. So we want to make sure that when we potty train, we have the ability to focus on getting those results. And if we are a family of we have triplets in the programs, we have twins in the program, I always encourage, let's work on one child at a time. Sometimes we get lucky and the other child or the siblings will see the fun and then they want in on it. But if they don't, the idea here is to keep your focus on the one child, get that unlocked, and then you can attack the other one.
And so, if I may address that just real quick, it did happen that way because Irie, the one who's not, I haven't started even trying yet, really bad potty phobia, wouldn't even like walk into the bathroom. And now through this whole process, and in the beginning, he was taking his diapers and giving them to Ezra. It's like, no, you're not. Like, I want you to not be potty trained. But through the process now, I got him to sit on the toilet for 2 minutes straight. And so now I feel like it's kind of helping me like get him ready.
Start his process along. Exactly. So while she's finishing up her first son, she can start the process with her next. So it's really a great conversation. I don't like believe in giving a bullshit testimonial. Like if you don't really get results, I don't want a testimonial. And I like that that this is so real. She's real in her process. She took this program. She got P on lock for her first one. She's starting to get squash potty phobia for her second. She's got a big undertaking. She's doing this times 2. Yeah. So I think you're doing an amazing job. This is exactly how it's supposed to look. It could look like I do 3 days of potty. You've seen other testimonials from me. You can see moms say we did it in 3 days and we were done. Or you could have this, and there is no wrong path. It's all kind of based upon our children, based upon what's going on in our lives. There is no wrong path. If it meant that I had to take a couple of bumps in the road, but at the end of the day, she has 2 potty trained child. It doesn't matter how she gets there, as long as she gets there and she does not quit. Right?
Exactly. And 30 days ago, I would have said it's impossible. They're going to be in diapers until they're 20.
Yeah, and they were 6. And how many times did you try to potty train them?
I can't even count. Like never. Yeah. So it's like, it's almost, I had to take a little pressure off myself because of the other things that are going on, and just the knowledge that it's doable, it's happening, that's just like.
And celebrating the wins. Body phobia extinguished. Celebrate the wins. P, unlock, celebrate the wins. This means that this is the path. I believe in celebrating everything because it's just like it gives that good energy of like momentum, and it's like, yes, this is happening.
It does. At the park, like, oh, we're using the potty at the park now. We don't have to go to the car and change. Like everything, so we have to.
Awesome. So would you recommend this program to other families that are struggling to potty train their babies?
Absolutely. I have already to a couple people. So for me, it's just the support that you're offering and the just validation that, you know, yes, as moms, we work without validation a lot. So I think it's nice to have that this is hard. And as a mom, especially a mom with older kids, I really was hitting a wall with this potty training thing, like just not feeling like what the answer was. So it was really like a godsend for me. I would definitely recommend it.
I was like a potty training nut when I did my own kids, but like it didn't happen that way for me either. And that's okay. As long as the end, I was never like, oh, I guess potty training's not in the cards for them. And I just fucking
Exactly. Well, exactly. And it's kind of like, because I don't understand enough about autism yet, I think, to know what is even a possibility, and just no one can give you a clear answer because, like you said, the path isn't the same for anybody and there's similarities.
I want you to think too, like with this, once you've mastered this, obviously it's going to open your eyes to what they're capable of. If they can do this, you know, you can start to think about other things that they may be able to do that they're struggling with right now, and how you can apply the same process to other goals, like communication, you know, reducing tantrum behavior, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think it's just really, it was a big eye opener. If I want them to slow down enough to do this, I have to slow down. Like I have to slow down and really like pay attention to I should have said when you were recording, just the monitoring for the couple days of, you know, taking the data for when they're going, and that was helpful because it's like that. And I realized I'm not even really aware like how often they're going.
Yeah. And a lot of, and it's taking the data, right? So you don't even think your kids I'll talk to a mom, oh, they just go whenever. They go whenever. No, they go sometimes.
Yeah,
I've never noticed. Yeah. It just feels like they're wet all the time because you're changing diapers. But like if you start to notice the patterns, then it's like, oh, that's interesting. You can actually hold it for a long time, or, oh, maybe we don't need to go every 10 minutes. Maybe we can go every 30 minutes, whatever the case may be. But another thing too, is just the beliefs you have around potty training. Like you had said at one point, you felt like you were destined to be in diapers forever. And if you're in that state, like, why would you ever really try to potty, you know?
Right. I was planning for a different future. You know, I was planning for like diapers to be part of my life for a long time. And now it's like, oh no, it doesn't have to be. So
that's right. You have to buy another diaper again.
Yeah. Yes. And now I keep telling them, look how bad this is for the environment.
Whatever you got to say. You don't want this. Definitely not.
Yeah, totally. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Angelina. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.